You know, for centuries, we've heard these legends, stories of Shaolin monks with bodies like iron who could withstand these incredible forces. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not a myth. It's the result of a brutal, super methodical, and honestly, a deeply profound training art known as Pai Da Gong, which literally means body striking. So, how on earth do they do it? That question, right? It sounds like it's pulled straight out of a superhero movie. But for the practitioners of this Shaolin art, it's a very real, very tangible goal. And the answer isn't in some kind of magic. No, it's in a multi-year ordeal of conditioning that just pushes the absolute limits of human potential, mixing raw discipline with, well, a little bit of ancient alchemy. So this is the end goal. A body so conditioned, so hardened, that it can literally absorb and deflect powerful blows without getting injured. But, and this is a big but, getting to this level of resilience, it's a journey. And it's one that begins not with some superhuman feat, but with the simplest tools you can imagine, and a level of dedication that is, well, it's almost unimaginable. Every single master has to start somewhere, right? They all start as a beginner. And in Pai Da Gong, the very first stage of this incredible transformation doesn't begin with iron or steel, but with wood. It's a humbling, pretty painful, and absolutely essential first step on this path to forging a real-life iron body. Okay, so the very first instrument of change is this thing called the mu bong. It's basically a bundle of 100 wooden slots. I know, it sounds almost primitive, but the design is totally deliberate. This is what they use to strike their entire body, starting that long process of kind of waking up the muscles, the bones, the skin, and just teaching them to accept impact. So what do they do with it? Well, the practitioner methodically, and I mean methodically, strikes their entire body. They start with light taps, and then, gradually, over months, they increase the force. It's the systematic process of breaking down and rebuilding, conditioning every single inch of the body to become stronger through just sheer, unrelenting repetition. And when you look at the timeline, wow, it really shows you just how much commitment we're talking about. Stage 1, just with that wooden bundle, takes a full year of daily practice. Only then can you even think about moving on. And total mastery, to get a body that's truly like iron, you're looking at a minimum of 4 years. This is a life dedication, not just a workout routine. Okay, so after a full year of conditioning with wood, the body is finally ready to level up, and the training intensifies dramatically. If that first stage was about kind of shaping the wood, this next stage is like a blacksmith forging steel. The body is now prepared for a much harder, much heavier tool. And that next tool is the tie sha dai, a bag filled with iron sand. I mean, the impact from this thing is just heavier, denser, and way, way less forgiving than wood. This is a huge escalation, and it pushes the body's conditioning to a whole new level of toughness. And believe it or not, the progression doesn't even stop there. Once the body has mastered the iron sandbag, some practitioners will actually move on to striking themselves with a solid iron bar. It's just a stark illustration of how ridiculously resilient the human body can become when it's forged by an equally resilient will. But here's the thing, and this is maybe the most crucial point of all. This isn't just about brute force. Mindlessly hitting yourself is just going to lead to severe injury. The real secret, the element that makes this entire art possible, is the cultivation of internal energy. You might have heard of it. It's called qi. You see, the training isn't random. It follows this super specific pattern, covering the entire body in a really disciplined sequence. And the key to the whole thing is in the breath. With every single strike, the practitioner exhales sharply, tightening the muscles and focusing their energy. Then they inhale to gather and circulate that energy. It's a rhythm. And that, right there, that's the core principle. The physical conditioning, all that external work, it has to be perfectly synchronized with the internal work of breath control. It's the qi, the body's life force energy, guided by the breath, that's said to absorb the impact, prevent internal injury, and allow the body to achieve this unbelievable resilience. All right, so you've got the physical striking, you've got the internal breath work, but there's one more secret ingredient in this whole mix. To endure this daily punishment and actually recover stronger, practitioners rely on this powerful tool from traditional Chinese medicine. It's this liniment, this formula called dip da jiao, which translates to fall and hit wine. And when you look at the ingredients, man, they're just wild. We're talking frankincense, myrrh, dragon's blood, even dragon bone, which is basically fossilized bone. This herbal formula gets applied to the body after every single training session to heal bruises, reduce swelling, invigorate blood flow, and strengthen the bones. And the crazy thing is, this isn't just some old wives' tale. We have the original texts that document this exact formula, which shows this isn't just folklore, it's a precisely documented medical practice. This is the alchemical piece of the puzzle that lets the body constantly repair and rebuild itself, getting denser and stronger with every single session. So, what happens? What happens when you combine years of striking, precise breath control, and this powerful healing liniment? Well, you finally arrive at the final stage. You achieve the goal that seemed absolutely impossible at the very beginning. The result is a body that's described as being like an iron rope, incredibly dense, resilient, and just unified. The old masters claimed that after they completed this training, their skin was so tough that a sharp blade literally couldn't cut it anymore. They had fundamentally transformed the very nature of their physical being. There's this old Shaolin saying that it sums up the whole philosophy perfectly. True ultimate strength isn't just about what's on the outside. It's a perfect union of the internal energy, that breath of air, and the external conditioning of the muscles, bones, and skin. One really can't exist without the other. And all of this, it really leaves us with one big, fascinating question. We look at the result, this seemingly superhuman body, but is the real strength actually found in the flesh and bone that can withstand a blow? Or is the true power in that unbreakable will, that incredible discipline that can endure years of pain and training to forge that body in the first place? Someone to think about.